All right, what's going on, folks? This is Matt here with Games Zero. Budget gaming does not mean low quality. So it is the end of 2022. We are in the last day. What better thing to do than what everybody else does and kind of give their top five games of 2022? Now, I want to make one thing perfectly clear. These all did come out this year, but generically, when I do these lists, it's more like what games I finally completed in 2022 as opposed to which ones came out that I played in 2022 or insert year here. Let's roll into So the first game up is probably my contender of the year as far as it comes to game of the year, because it comes in a close second. It's really, really a good game, and that is Sword and Fairy 7. Story, graphics are nice, the world building is fantastic. There's just so much to love about this game. The combat is fast and fluid and fun, and being able to put about 90 hours to explore every nook and cranny that I played for this game is just, it's a phenomenal game, and it is available on the PS4, the PS5, Xbox Series now as well, under Sword and Fairy Together Forever. Go get it. Just do yourself a service and go get it. So the next game up, we have Syberia: The World Before, and this game easily takes my number one game of the year, hands down, no questions asked. This even topped Sword and Fairy 7 for me. This, on so many levels, got me back into adventure games. The storytelling, the atmosphere, the music, the voice acting, everything, the story, the puzzles aren't like totally illogical. Everything that I had fallen out of love with when it comes to adventure games, this got me back into them. And this is hands down my game of the year. So the next game we have up is a shock and a surprise for a lot of people. It's going to be a JRPG, and it is the sixth game in the Star Ocean franchise, Star Ocean: The Divine Force. This fixes everything that had been wrong with the last Star Ocean, which was Star Ocean Faith, Integrity and Faithlessness, I believe was the title of Star Ocean 5. So many things wrong with that game, and very short. This game is a great return to form. You know, like the characters you won't. That's typical JRPG stuff though. For me, I just love the return to form, the mix of sci-fi and fantasy, and the worlds colliding, and I love that mixing where you actually get to see what would happen with the Star Trek Prime Directive if people didn't follow it, because you have high sci-fi people meeting low fantasy people and kind of merging and having a group, and just how it affects a planet and all the other stuff. It's just so good. And then next up we have Shock, yet again another JRPG, and this one is Xenoblade Chronicles 3. This game finally perfects the combination that I think Xenoblade as a series has been going for so long, where storytelling and exploration are in perfect balance. This is like the Metal Gear Solid 3 for Xenoblade. It's just that perfect mesh of like gameplay, storytelling, etc. The story is fantastic. It'll fall into the typical JRPG tropes, but the way it's done, the exploration, the music, the voice acting, all that is fantastic. If you are looking for a game to play on the Switch, this game is worth getting it, hands down, bar none. This is a must-have. I would place this higher than Fire Emblem Three Houses or the new Fire Emblem coming out. And next up, we go in a totally different direction. What if David Cage made a watercolor motion comic? And that's pretty much what you get with As Dusk Falls. You get the reactive elements that you would see in something like Detroit, spread across an episodic storytelling that you have seen in things from the Telltale series of games and other games of similar ilk, but done in a motion comic watercolor style that makes it very unique, very consistent, awesome storytelling. The choices have weight, the choices have impact. There is QTEs, so if you're not into those, that's not going to be your jam. But if you want a solely story focused game that will give you a decent amount of replayability, if you want to choose a different adventure, as it were, or a different path, this is definitely worth getting. Kind of out of left field. Love this game. Reviewed it. Go get it. Fun game to just sit down and have a interactive movie story, however you want to view it. So those are my top games that came out in 2022 that I have played and completed. Let me know what some of the games you played, completed. Doesn't matter if they came out this year, last year, 10 years ago. If they're new to you, that's all that really matters. So comment down below and we'll have a discussion about it. Other than that, this is Matt for GameSphere, and I will catch you guys on the next ones. And remember, budget gaming does not mean low quality.